Hi, welcome to my channel Galactic Bacon, and my video today is going to be about Elite Dangerous HUD panels and explaining what they are, and especially for beginners you may find this helpful. If you've completed the basic in-game tutorial, you will probably know your way around some parts of the head-up display, but I know it doesn't cover everything. Now, a lot of this information is actually in the game manual, but I know that most people don't bother to even read that. So in this video I plan to explain all the different parts of the HUD panels, and hopefully this may be helpful to you, especially if you're just starting out with the game. Okay, let's get started. So to begin with, I'm going to work my way from the bottom left, and then from left to right, and then around, and you'll probably see some little arrows appear on the screen to indicate which bits I'm talking about as we go along. So bottom left hand side we have our target information panel, and at the moment my target is set to the Coriolis Starport, Mawson Dock, and it's giving us information there about the distance of our target. It's giving us extra information, so for a space station it will tell you the name, it will tell you the faction it's allied to, etc. If I were to highlight a ship, there's a few ships coming in and out of this station. If I highlight a ship, it will scan the ship and then give you other information about the pilot, and also the status of the ship and its distance as well, and the type of ship it is as well. So that's the target information panel. Then moving along to the right you have your target schematic. At the moment there's a dolphin ship I am targeting. You can see it displayed there. The blue ring going around it indicates whether its shields are up or not. The bar along the bottom, which is in segments from 0 and it goes up to 100%, is the hull integrity indicator. So at the moment it's indicating that ship has 100% hull. If you are in combat with a ship, you will see that as that indicator gets lower and lower, then you know that the target ship is about to be destroyed. If the blue circle around the ship changes to red, then you will know that the shields are off. Okay, so let's see if there are any other targets, and we can demonstrate this again. So we've got a Type 7 in front of us. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the target schematic. Moving along to the right you have the navigation compass, which isn't enabled at the moment because we will have to play it a bit more. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose something on our navigation panel. Let's see, navigation beacon. Select that, and now you will see on the navigation compass the beacon is indicated there by a little white dot, and as I centre that I will be pointing towards the target. So it also gives us information in the target information panel about that particular object as well. So the nav compass just helps us to centre on the target and find out where it is. It's helpful in combat sometimes if you're trying to find out where the ship is that you're following. Also used for travelling to other star systems and also within a solar system as well. Right, we're going to move on to the scanner, which is in the centre of your screen. And first of all, the scanner represents the plane in which your ship is on at the moment, and you have Ships displayed as these objects with lines either going above or below the plane. Solid squares indicate a NPC ship. A hollow square, such as the one that we see just disappeared there a second ago, represents a real human pilot ship. We have one here. I'll just demonstrate this. If we move the ship so that the real pilot is in front of us, and then we target, there is the ship there. It's now targeted on the scanner, and we have the person's name and the ship also indicated on the target information panel. Other objects appear in white, which are not ships, but can sometimes be beacons, cargo that's been dropped, etc. Wakes that have been left behind as well. Stations are indicated as triangles. Where do we have? So there's a station there, and that is in green. The colours tell you whether an object is allied to you and to the faction that you're allied to, or whether it is an enemy. They will indicate and change colour if you have been attacked by a particular target as well. Okay, so to the bottom, towards the left, the indicator on the left of the scanner is an internal heat level indicator. So at the moment my indicator is reading 37%. As that gets higher and higher, your ship will get hotter and hotter. That's basically what it's indicating. You will notice as you're flying close to stars, that indicator does increase and it heats up. Just be careful not to let your ship overheat. That's why it's there. Okay, we also have a sensor scale indicator at the bottom. Not sure if I can display this, but you'll see a little indicator move as I change my scale, and you'll see the ships within the scanner move closer as I change the scale and then move further away. Okay. We have a speed indicator on the right hand side. As I increase my speed, the indicator moves up. If I change my speed so that the speed indicator is in the blue sweet spot in the middle, this area indicates that you have the maximum sort of manoeuvrability and turning circle for your ship at that point. It's quite handy to know that if you're doing combat. Also, if you're in Supercruise, it is a autopilot mode which will automatically adjust your speed according to the target that you have in front of you. So as you're approaching a station or a system, you will begin to, a planet, you will begin to decelerate as you get closer. It will automatically accelerate if you're further away. It's a very handy tool indeed. So I think that's pretty much everything with our speed indicator. Again, the number at the top of the speed indicator will indicate your speed. As you're super cruising, that will change to C, so it measures speed of light. If you're wondering what these numbers actually represent. Okay, moving to the right hand side, we have our ship schematic, which is practically the mirror image of our target schematic, except it's for your ship. So it indicates your shields, which is a blue circle around, indicates the position of your ship. So if I move around, the indicator moves around. The bar at the bottom is your hull integrity indicator. If that starts to go down and you're in combat, that will indicate whether you are in danger, whether you need to try and run away, escape, or what you do. Is up to you. Okay, moving along, or to the right of our ship schematic is the power distributor, and this indicates how much power is being directed towards various ship modules. If I reset at the moment, it will so reset evenly distributes power to all the three main ship systems. So you have systems, which is your computer, and all the ship systems. You have engines and you have weapons. You need to play about with this yourself, and you can use this in different scenarios. If I'm looking for speed, I will increase engine power. If I'm looking for more power to my weapons in combat, I will distribute power more towards the weapons. If I need my shields up quickly, I will put more power to systems. Okay, for most things I have it evenly distributed. Okay. To the right of that we have our fuel indicator, a fuel gauge. When you see a little blue bar indicated there, that tells you how much fuel you're going to use for the journey you're about to take. So if I were to go to my navigation panel, select a star system. Now when I look at my fuel gauge, there's a little blue section which is indicating how much fuel will be used up. This is really handy for working out whether you're going to run out of fuel doing a mission or not, how many jumps you can do before you have to refuel, and it indicates, you know, how much fuel your ship can actually store as well. Let's see. We also have three indicators below that. We have mast locked, landing gear, cargo scoop. They're fairly self-explanatory. At the top, you will see a yellow line, which looks a little bit like sort of radio chatter, that type of thing. What this actually is the signature bar. It basically tells you the heat signature of your ship. That's important for smuggling. If you want to avoid being scanned, keep it as quiet as possible. If you want to do silent running, this will help you indicate how quiet your ship profile is. Okay, so we're going to look to the left hand side to our target panel. First of all is our next item. If you've already been navigating and travelling around in the Elite Dangerous, you'll already have used this panel. You have a list of objects within your immediate vicinity, immediate system, and then towards the bottom it will also list nearby star systems as well. And there are various icons there that indicate different types of objects. I'm not going to explain what all of those things are in this video, but that's all really helpful stuff. There's also a filter which you can use if you're looking for particular objects. It's also indicating what my next jump is. You have access to your galaxy map, you have access to your system map from here as well. If we move over the tabs, transactions gives you mission information will appear here. And I don't have anything in the current panel to show you. Contacts is local contacts, stations that you want to dock with, enemies will also appear here. If I change my target, just a second, I've moved away from the station, so try and find it again. see. Move back this direction. I'll select another target. If I try and get on a ship. But they're all too far away at the moment. Okay, while we're travelling back, I'll explain some other stuff. Yeah, so the contacts menu, this is where you would, if you wanted to dock, you would request docking. And of course I'm too far away from the star system, so that's going to be denied at the moment. Let's do some stuff over on our right hand side. And this is our system panel, which will give you information about you as a pilot, what all your different ranks are, how much money you have. You can change the look of your pilot. There's some training information about squadrons, the game codex, which is really worth a read. You also have Galnet news, access to engineers, galactic powers, if you're doing power play as well. You have a little player at the bottom and play the recent news.
Compete over Golconda's future. The Empire and the Federation have announced rival initiative.
You can move on to the next one or the previous one.
Superpower interest.
Okay. You also have modules, which will tell you the status of all your modules. The indicator at the bottom will tell you your power usage. If you're using too much power with the modules that you have, you will be able to find this out from the indicator at the bottom, and you can then switch off various items. You can also repair items as well. You can get information about your modules from this panel, which is very helpful. Let's see what else we have. Okay. Fire groups. This enables you to set up fire groups for your ship. That is probably a video in itself, how to set these up properly. I'm not going to do that just now, but it enables you to group your weapons, your utilities together, and allocate them to various different parts of your joystick or keyboard, etc. Okay, we have ship functions. You have your lights, night vision, which is useful when landing on a planet, especially if you're on the dark side of a planet. You can retract or unretract your landing gear, your cargo scoop for picking up items as well. Your navigation beacon, which is essential if you're flying with friends or other pilots so that they can find you. Reboot repair. If you find that your ship systems have been damaged beyond what you think is repair and nothing is working, as a last resort, what you can do is you can reboot or repair your ship, and sometimes that can get you up and running again. There's a turret weapon mode, silent running, which is used to reduce the heat signature of your ship, and self-destruct, which yeah, you know what that means. You have flight assist on this one. This next panel down, auto docking, I have those off, auto launch, rotational correction, hyperspace dethrottle, Supercruise assist, auto throttle. You can play about with these and see, it's really down to preference what you want to do with those. You can change the brightness of your interface, as bright as you want, or something in the middle. It's a display clock. You can switch orbit lines on and off. Change your sensor scale. Report crimes against me. Yeah, that's up to you really what you decide to do with that. Gun sight mode. You can use a leading or trailing gun sight. That's down to preference. You maybe want to try that. If you want a more immersive experience in the game, you may want pre-flight checks, or if you're a complete beginner, that might be helpful to you. If you're a more experienced pilot, that may just irritate you and you probably want it switched off. We also have a statistics page as well, which is self-explanatory. Then moving over, we have our ship inventory, which will tell you what all your cargo is. We have our refinery module. We don't have that installed on this ship. We don't have any materials. We do have some data. All the data that you collect as you fly about and do missions and pick things up will be stored here. There is a way of synthesizing materials and actually crafting your own materials within Elite Dangerous, and this is a list of some of those things. Certainly armaments, ammo, chaff, heat sinks, limpets. You can create a little FSD injection which will allow you to travel further distances. You can equip your ship with cabins on larger ships, and that will enable you to pick up cabin missions and transport passengers from place to place. You will find that under your inventory. And then finally you have your ship status. So you have system factions, you have your reputation with the main factions within the game. You also have a session log, if that's helpful to you, so you can see what you've been doing recently. And you have finance. Because I'm in a Sidewinder, I don't have any rebuy costs. So if you want to know the rebuy cost of your current ship, this is where you would go. You also have permits, which you will collect as you progress through the game. At the moment I only have one. When you eventually get a permit for systems like Sol, if you want to visit our own solar system, that will appear in here, or Sirius is another one. So all your game permits will appear in this section. Then you also have a playlist at the very end on the right hand side of recent news, etc. Within the game. Back to the home screen. Okay. I think I was going to try and pick up some other pilots if I can, and show you the contact list just before we finish up this video. Okay, we have some other ships popping up. Okay, so that's a human pilot. If I go to my left hand panel and then click on a ship, it will then give me further information about that ship as a target. Some of that information may be helpful to you, whether you want to pick a fight or not with that particular person. So that was just the last little thing I was going to show you. So I was going to tell you about the comms panel. So you can chat with other pilots, either locally or friends or people that you know. And if I move along, you have email messages from the game, one telling me that I got a Pilots Federation District Permit was issued to me. If you choose to do multi-crew, this is where you set that up within here. It will also tell you your friends who are online. Your game history, people that have been in local contact with you during your recent game history. If you're part of a squadron, you can chat with your squadron there as well, and you also have some settings for your comms panel too. I would spend a little bit of time setting up your keys for comms panel because it can get a little bit fiddly in game. You just have to play about with that and see what suits you best when you're in game. So that's everything about our game HUD. I hope this video has been helpful to you. And if you'd like to be notified about future videos, please subscribe, click the bell icon below, check out the description as well for other videos. Feel free to leave any questions in the comments, or if there's anything else you want to know about the HUD, if I can help there. Thanks for watching, fly safe, and I'll see you next time.